Okay. Okay, great. I see that we're live. So, hello. Amina has just fallen out of the live stream, but I guess she'll be back in a few seconds. So, hello, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you're joining us from. My name is Brenda Unu, and I'm super excited to have you today on your favorite weekly show, Women's Matters. Drum roll. I hope you're excited to see me as excited as I am to see you. It's another Tuesday, and this is absolutely the high point of every of my Tuesdays. Coming here to be with you, to talk with you about things that affect us as women and things that we can do better to make our lives better in every possible way. So my guest was here just now, and the network threw her out. So we're going to be waiting for her. Don't worry, she'll be right back in a few minutes. But while we wait, let's talk about this. How has it been for you? Oh, there she is. How has it been for you in the last few weeks? We've been talking about. Hi, Amina. Can you hear us? Can you see me? Can you hear us?
Okay. Coach Brenda, can you see me?
Yes, I can see you, but you seem frozen. So I don't know if you can see me or if you can hear me. Hello. Can you see me? Can you hear me? I'm speaking and I don't know if you can see me or hear me. Your video looks frozen. I hope it's not from my side. I hope it is. I hope it's network and I hope the network is going to resolve very quickly because we have a lot to talk about today. And while we're waiting for Amina to resolve her network issues, I just wanted to give you heads up about what we talked about last week. We've been talking about branding, visibility, and all of those things. And the first thing I need you to remember is that visibility is not vanity. Okay? It's not vanity. It's you showing up in all of your glory to be the person that God has called you to be and to do the things that He has called you to do. So when you're showing up, it's in obedience. It's an act of service. It's an act of helping other people because that light that you carry. Hi, Amina. Are you back?
Yes, Coach B, can you see me?
Yes, I
So
can
it's
see
all
you.
okay.
I can,
Okay.
I can, I
Okay.
can see you
All
and I
right.
can hear you. Welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
Okay.
now I can see myself. Yeah, sorry.
Awesome.
I had to switch
Awesome.
network because yes, sound was
I,
bad, but
I
I'm here
know.
now.
I know. So welcome. First of all, I want you guys to welcome
Thank
our
you.
latest TEDx speaker. Woo!
I didn't see that coming.
Drum roll.
No, no, I did not see that coming.
I mean, I was so
Thank you,
excited
Coach
when you shared
B.
Flag. I'm like,
Thank
go
you,
girl,
thank
go,
you,
go, go,
thank
go, go. I
you,
was
thank
so
you,
happy.
honestly. Thank you
So
so much, ma'am. It's
love
always a
it, love
pleasure
it.
being on this platform. Well done for all you do for women everywhere. We're just glued to you. We're just holding you, following you wherever you go because we know Coach B will not take us to where we no one go. So yeah, thank you. Thank you
Don't
for
carry where you don't know.
constantly where we don't know, right? Yeah. So thank you. Thank you for constantly showing up, even when it is uncomfortable, even when
Mm.
it looks like it's not working. Coach B doesn't give up. And for me, that's key, honestly. So thank you. Thank you for having me once again. Third time is a charm. I hope network will do us well.
It's
Yeah,
the
this is
third
the third
time for
time. So
you
if you have
too.
not been,
Wow.
yes.
You deserve a
So
gift.
yes,
Oh
thank
my
you, ma.
God.
I'm honored. I'm honored. Yes. Can you
Thank you
can
so
can your
much.
guest ever?
I see now. Look at the red. You should have given me the memo so I will show up in red myself. Like, come on now.
Thank you, ma. I'm so honored.
Red,
God bless
red is
you.
my absolute best color. And in
Yeah,
fact,
I've been seeing it on
they've been
Amplify
yapping
You.
me about red. So that's why I started choosing other colors now. My friends have been
Oh,
yapping me.
okay.
They
No,
were
but
like,
but you
it's
couldn't
not
have
Brenda,
picked a
red.
better color for Amplify You. It's just like, okay, this is it. Go, go, go. It's go time. It's go time. Even if you're
You
sleeping, when you see that
know.
red, you wake up. We did not come to play. Well done, ma, for all you do,
Do you
honestly.
understand?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Well,
So, well, I know
yes,
that you've been
well.
here a number of times, but we know that somebody may be watching us for the first time and they may not know who is this beautiful northern lady just shining
Yeah.
in our screens tonight.
Um,
So please introduce yourself. You know
but
the way we do it. We toot our horns. We give everything, all the extra. Just
how do you
just
help me with
introduce
this
yourself,
network?
please, so that we
Can
know
you
who
hear
we're
me?
talking to. I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay,
Can you hear
okay.
me?
And so it
Okay.
was breaking, and I'm sure it was from my end. Yes,
Okay,
I
I
can
can
hear
hear
you
you.
very well now. Okay.
All right. So we're waiting for your
Yeah.
introduction. Introduction. Did you hear me before? I said
Right.
introduction.
Okay, Coach B. Okay, Coach B doesn't do the introductions. It's true, I remember. Okay, Coach B, how else do I introduce? You've already said that one, but let's put that one aside. Who is Amina? I'll just say I'm a learner, Coach B. I'm just a student of knowledge, honestly.
Mm,
And for what I know, what what's the purpose of my learning? It's constantly to just know more so that I can use my voice and use what it is that I know to just encourage parents and show them the importance of raising the children, in a very, very being intentional about raising their children. Just the
mm,
anyhowness that comes with parenting and the way we do life, just to get them to see how important, how crucial it is for us to pay attention, especially with the boy
mm,
child, because we just want to redefine what it means to raise a wholesome, emotionally grounded boy child in the face of a lot of
mm,
masculine toxicity and negativity that surrounds the male and all that. So we just want to redefine all of that and change it really. So I do that in the capacity in which I do that. When we're just constantly learning, Coach B. And I also have a degree in Islamic
mm.
psychology that helps me to be able to connect with my Muslim, my Muslim brothers and sisters, and the peculiarities that comes with. Can you still hear me, Coach B? Because
I can hear
my
you. I
network
can
is
hear you.
saying something else.
I
Okay,
can hear you
okay, okay.
clearly. Yeah.
All right, all right. And the peculiarities that come with that. So basically that's it, the boy child and why he needs for us to pay attention to them. Then on the back end, I'm interested and I do a lot of research on using digital health technology to improve maternal health of vulnerable
Mm,
women, maternal mental health of vulnerable women, depression,
awesome.
anxiety, and all of that. Yes. So we do that research at night and all of that. Yes. It's a project we're working on. So it's not, well, it's coming to the limelight once again. I took a break, but I'm coming back. Yes.
I love it.
Yes, ma'am.
I love it. Well
Yes.
done. Well
Thank
done. I
you.
mean,
Thank you,
that
Coach
your book.
B.
I think I'm going to go and look for that your book now. Hey, Father Lord, I will just you after the life. I need it. Yes, please. You guys should see her book. Oh, now I have it. So
Coach
show us well.
B, this
Flash it.
book.
Flash it very well. I need this book oh, for my life. Look at it. It's a textbook. Be
It's
reading
really a
it.
textbook, Coach B.
Ah, hmm, I need
Yes,
it to.
yes. Should I
But
dedicate? Maybe I really should dedicate because what better time do we have? I was like, could be we need to go live to go and talk about this book. And I
mm,
know I believe we will, especially maybe
mm,
when you're doing something around your book series and bringing authors
yeah.
on board. Hey, I'm an author thanks to Coach B. But I have to shout it out because I always do whenever it is I get the chance, just the I how everything started very, very unplanned I remember I was on my way from Abuja after Coach's birthday, and was it
Mm,
after Coach's birthday or after our Uyo trip? I can't remember which,
mm,
but I was on my way, and then Coach B, I think it was after the retreat. And Coach B was like,
Yeah.
Amina, all this your wine that used to wine me. Because no, not like I wine Coach B, but I tell her as it is. Me, I don't know how to see things and not say it as it is. So I'm like, oh my Coach B, what did you put together? This retreat was all shades of amazing. Well done. You didn't sit down and all of that. And then she was like, this your whining. What are we going to do with all of these words that you love to put together? We need a book from you. And honestly, that was God. That just it was Coach B was just God sent, because I knew this book has been sitting in my head for like 3 years, and I really wanted to get it out. I didn't know. I didn't think I had what it takes. I didn't even know where to start from, and I was like, I don't know, and I can't. With all of the things on my plate, no, I can't add writing a book now. No, no, no. But somewhere in my head, I think, and that's why they say follow who know road. And that's why they say surround yourselves with people that, that constantly shine their light. It gives you permission to shine yours, regardless of what's happening around you. At that point, I was really struggling with a lot. But for God's sake, we're also planning Coach's 40th birthday. And if you know about our Coach Wendy, our mama, I'm always hailing her whenever I get the chance. Coach Wendy is a very huge part of both our stories. And so she kept talking about the book, and it was everywhere and all of that. I'm like, this is a good opportunity. And so ordinarily, I would have said, Coach B, I can't deal. I don't want to. I don't even have what it takes. And read out all of the excuses I could reel out.
Yes.
But just knowing that I had someone who was already doing something like that, and she was marketing for her 40th, and I was also going to be 40 this year. I was like, see, Coach B, let's do it. I do not know how we're going to do it. I don't know. And then, Coach B, somehow everything came together. But beyond the writing of the book, which was awesome, and that experience, she was like, when you get home this night, she didn't even say tomorrow, like, we'll get on a call this night. And for real, Coach B, we got on a call that day, and we had like over an hour call, and Coach B just put me through. I didn't know that was all I needed to start. Like, this thing was in my head somewhere there, and then
Network, not now. We were just enjoying that story. Don't do this to us now. I cast and bind you this network. But what Amina was trying to share. Okay, she's back. Go on.
Yeah, and for me, yes, I was trying to say that beyond writing the book and just being able to do all of that, for me, what stood out for me again was the challenges we had, trying to print the book and all of that. And all through that, in short, for me, I said I was going to share it as, I don't know how our conversation is going to go, but I know we're talking about you being the brand and not just your product. And I was like, Coach B, yeah, this is your topic. This is your topic, because one of the very first examples that came in my head was like, Coach B was done with the work that Brenda Books was supposed to have done. We were done with your book, and I'm done with it. Yet the challenge came, and she never stopped, checking on me. She never stopped ensuring that this thing came to fruition, even though it wasn't necessarily a part of, that wasn't really what she was meant. Like, it wasn't under her jurisdiction. Gone, 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 gone. But no, Coach P did not allow herself rest. This book, have we gotten it? And all of that. And I was like, no, this is beyond the service. This is not about publishing, editing. This is the person. So for me, I'm like, okay, can we go home now? Because after speaking about
I didn't see that coming though.
yes, yes,
not...
Coach B. Yes, that was one of the first examples that came. I was like, it's Coach. It was all you did with this book, and holding my hand and ensuring that even though the printer wanted to, mess us up, even though whatever happened, you just didn't allow me to face it all by myself. And at night, you would send me messages. Abi, we should take police. Abi, there was just so much we had to do, but you were constantly there, and I don't take it for granted, because honestly, I know that you didn't have to, but you chose to. So yes, thank you, Ma. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yes. And this is not the last time I'm going to share this story. I'm going to keep sharing this story for as long as. Yes, Ma. Thank you.
It is well. It is really well. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I didn't even expect that intro, because we're just talking about show us your book. But anyway, now that you have gone there, today's topic, I wanted to know, why did you what gravitated? Normally when I select speakers, what we do is we just share out the topics, and then people pick the one that, speaks to them. I'm curious, why did this particular topic speak to you? Why did you
Yeah.
choose this one?
Yeah. So besides the sharing process is one thing I love, you know. Yes. Oh God, my network will allow me to do. Would this network
We
allow
can
me
hear
to
you.
do?
We can
But
still
yes,
hear
I
you.
think you asked about why I chose the topic, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Or has Zoom logged me out again? But okay.
No, we can hear
Coach B,
you,
can
and
you
that's what I
hear me?
asked. I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, good.
I can hear you very well, and that was the question I
Okay.
asked.
I think my network is doing the
Oh, this network, don't stress us now. I mean, she was doing beautifully. But anyway, when she comes back, I'm sure she'll be back in a few minutes. So when she comes back, we'll continue the story from where she stopped. And basically, I was talking about the fact that this whole month is dedicated to branding and visibility. And I was sharing that visibility is not vanity. It's not, we're not showing up because we want to show up or we want to be out there and we want people to hail us or something. No, we're showing up because we are honoring the call of God on our lives. We're showing up because we're showing up in service, in obedience, right? To say, God has placed this thing in my heart, has placed this work in my hands, and I need to come and do it with all sense of humility
okay.
and
I think
seriousness.
okay.
You're back? There you are. Okay. Sorry, it seems so stressful. I'm so
Uh,
sorry.
okay.
Okay, you're back,
It
right?
is to
Lele?
think that I thought I had passed this year and I thought I was prepared, but yes, there's something about evenings and network around this area. It's terrible.
Oh,
So even though
okay.
I keep switching, yes, yes. But I can, yes, but I can hear you now. I'm
Okay.
back. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. So you're talking about the topic, right? And why I picked
Yes,
the topic.
absolutely. Yes, that's correct. That's what I asked.
Yes, ma'am. So basically it was, besides, I love the way it's an all-inclusive process. Like you just come up and you're like, "Ha, babes, how far this?" And you just make us, just give us the chance to, pick and see what resonates with us. And for me, while it's not like I'm one very good storyteller like that, I'm still honing my storytelling skills. But
Mm,
I I could relate to the topic. I could relate to the fact that in the work that I do,
mm,
my personality shines through, my experiences shine through. It's not just about,
mm.
because it's even an you okay, a woman looking out for boys, like what's the correlation?
I
Why
know,
not? I've
right?
had that question. Yeah, I've had people ask me that question time and time again, like, why boys? What happened? Why aren't you, advocating for girls and everything? But honestly, this is my life's mission, and it is because, it's my story, it's my lived experience, it's everything,
Mm.
it is me. So it's because I have four sons, and I
As in,
realized while they
I
were
can't get
growing
over
up, I
it.
didn't even
Four.
know. So I thought it was just okay, you raise them just like you raise any other child, because I grew up with five sisters and one brother. And for me, there wasn't really any difference. Maybe because the boy came after the girls. So we didn't see a whole lot of testosterone
Difference.
and
Yeah.
hormones and all of that. So I thought, okay, it's just like raising a child. I practically raised my last two younger ones and the youngest in our home, my mom's kids. So it's not going to be a big deal. Almost, I was so wrong. So it took me just being facing that challenge of raising boys when I didn't grow up in that, necessarily grow up being surrounded by boys. And I found that I had to go and start to learn. And literally, it was because of the struggles I had. That was why. So because of that, I could just relate to, no, it's not about the brand. This is my life's mission. I'm growing as the brand is growing, as the boys are growing. So I can't separate one from the other. I am the brand and the product, everything. I even use it for the boys first. So for me, it's just a very wholesome process for me. And that was why I was like, okay, I've got this. This one is the topic I was going to go with. I doubt that you're still hearing me because, My
I
network
can
is
hear
not
you.
allowing me
I
to
can
see road
hear
today. Oh
you are
God, yeah,
frozen,
I
but we
am
can
so
hear you
frozen.
clearly. But we can hear you clearly. That's the funniest part.
Oh, okay, then that's fine. Should I even just put off the camera, which might make the network better? Yeah, let me
Okay.
try that, Coach B.
Mm. Because you're
I
frozen, but
think as
we
long
heard
as
you
you can
clearly.
hear me, that's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so let's try it again
Yeah.
a bit until the network, stabilizes. So basically, I mean, thank you for that intro. The first day you told me you had four boys, I was like, four what? Like, how do you survive? Like, and then wasn't it by saying that you grew up in a house of only girls, as in well, mostly girls? I'm like, like what kind of switch is that from almost all girls to all boys. Like, who did you this kind of thing? So I realized that, it was such a switch, and I'm happy that you have taken your learnings and you're trying to help those of us that have no clue. I mean, for example, I have four children, but I have two girls first and they're in their teenage years now, almost late teens anyway. So I'm almost feeling like, I've been there, done that, I've conquered this teen girl stuff. And then boom, boys come into the picture, and I'm like, who are these, humans? Where are they from? And what do I need? I almost looked like I had no skills to raise this type of children. So I completely relate to that, your book. Now that I have a son, what next? Because I like for me, I wanted only boys. That was what I wanted when I was having children. I was praying to God for only boys. And my husband prayed to God for girls and boys. And of course, God honored him as the head of the home. I don't know. I always tease him for that. I'm like, God, you took this head of the home thing a little bit too seriously, and you just took his prayer over mine. But the girls came first. And after the girls came, and I now started really asking for a boy because I wanted a son, right? And so it seemed like when the boy came, I was now lost. Like I didn't know what to do. So the book is literally for people like me. Now I have a son. What next? I've, asked for a son for so long, and then the son is here, and what next? So yeah, we will talk about the book some more as we go along. But I wanted to talk about the fact that, this thing, when we hear about the word branding, most times we think about brands like Coca-Cola, like Apple, like, um, name it, Pepsi and all of those things. What comes to our head readily when we hear the word brand is a product, because the brands we first grew up getting used to were products. So we're used to the product brand, right? But in recent times, a new type of brand has developed, which is the personal brand. And that is where we're now coming to talk about the more. Because in this visibility branding class for the whole of the month of October, we're mainly talking about you positioning yourself as the brand and how you're going to be visible and showing the world what you have and what you carry. I mean, are you with us?
Yes, Coach B, I am. Yeah.
You are okay, awesome.
Yes,
So
yes, I am.
I just want to know what are your thoughts about this topic? When they say you are the brand, not just the product, not just your product. What was your first thoughts when you heard the topic, and how do you want to? Because you are the guest speaker. We're just yet to moderate the conversation. So please teach us.
Oh, okay, okay, Coach B. So being the brand and not just the product, for me, the first thing that comes to mind is authenticity. It's
Mm,
you just showing up as your true self. Because
mm,
at some point you really, while we have, and we're talking products ranging from physical products to even services like coaching and all of the things we produce, even in the line of coaching, the guides, the books, whatever it is we do,
yeah.
it's still all encompassing. Like even if it were a physical product I was selling, I wouldn't want to sell something to you that I have used and it woefully failed and it didn't
Mm,
work for me. So even if it was something I produced and it didn't work, I'm
mm.
sure before I put it out there for someone.
Hello. Network. Even after we've turned off video, you are still stressing us. You are still stressing us. What shall we do with this network? Who shall we report him to? Hmm? Coming. What shall we say? Okay. I'm sure she'll be back, right? So while we wait for her to come back, okay, I think she's back now. Okay, can you hear us?
Yes, Coach B, I'm back. I
Okay.
just had to do a tweet again. Yes,
And
yes. So
another
I am
change
not
of network.
okay. Let me
Sorry.
disclaimer. I am so not a business branding
No,
expert, business
no,
no, but I know that as
but
long
you
as
have
you have
you are living it now. Are you not living it
yeah,
yourself?
yes, literally,
Exactly.
basically. So I'm going to come as unrefined as possible as I can. I'm just going to come as me. That's it, the
Mhm.
authenticity. So this is me and this is where I am now. And it's just the
Yes.
fact that when it comes to um your brand, you can just pour your all into the product and you're not building yourself. So you can just
Mm,
take, okay, so I want to produce a book now, and then I just put everything, oh, because I've done a lot of research, and you're
mm,
not even making effort to see if those things work. So
right.
you can't take yourself away from the product itself. So while I know they are two different things, but at some point they come together because let's take for instance, I don't just want to sell what we do, the functionality of what we do. I could come and say, I'm teaching you parenting strategies, and I
Mm,
can start to reel out all of the courses and everything. But no, I know what people look for them to know you, for them to like you, and for them to trust you. They need to be able to see a part of themselves in you, a part of themselves
absolutely.
in your story, in your journey. And so we're not
Mm,
talking robots here, we're talking real life human experiences. So you can't keep putting out the product and then your own self, your own life, the things you deal with, you're shying away from it, you're hiding it. At some point, nobody can
mm,
connect. So it's all about connection. It's all about connection, whatever it is, whatever we're trying to build, whatever
mm,
it is, the principles are the same, and connection comes first. So you have to be able to connect. And how do you connect? There's not a book that the person really wants to buy. It's the story behind the book. Also, why did you
right.
write it? Also, what were you struggling with? What did you learn on the way? And how has that helped you? Have you moved past it? And the
Yeah,
truth is, you don't even have to have it all figured out for you to be able to have the
absolutely.
confidence to put out the product. And it's part of credibility. Been saying that, okay, there's a part of me that has definitely gotten some results, and I want to share it with you. Because I know that I
Mm,
have done this and it has worked while you're constantly growing. So whether you're selling a physical product or whether you're a coach, whatever it is you're doing, the the place of growing cannot be overemphasized. It is so important because or else you become old. I don't know how do they put it.
always
Old.
give the iPhone example. I always give the iPhone example. Like
Aha. Yes,
literally,
yes, yes, Coach
they,
B.
they,
Yes,
they
Coach
came
B.
up.
That's so true. They don't just rest. They don't sit at, okay, oh, now we have iPhone 15 and everyone is raving, and that's the end. Let's close shop.
No, because they didn't
Okay.
wait until they got all the features ready at iPhone 17 before they released. They released from the first one and continued to iterate as they went on. They continued to make it better as they went on with the next and the next and the next. So that's why I say it's okay to push it out. What's your minimum viable product? Push it out, and let us have it. And you continue to grow as a person, like you shared. And as you grow, your products, get better. You were talking earlier about our coach that we share in common, Coach Wendy. And I was just remarking the other day how I've been in the inner circle for 4 years plus, and sometimes there'll be a webinar you think, oh, I've listened to this like 3 times, like there can't be anything new. Wrong. Every time there's something new, and it shows the growth in the person that she is. She's acquired new knowledge, she's acquired new information, and she's bringing it even to the classes that you think you have done before. And so that just makes it keep being ever fresh. And that is the way that you keep a brand, and it influences the product. So when you realize that you are the one that is the brand, you can afford to, invest in yourself. You can afford to, spend money on yourself, learn, read books, take courses, do something for yourself. Because the more that you know, the more that you can produce, be it service products or physical products. You cannot give from what you don't have. So recognizing that you're the brand recognizes that you are the one that need the development before you can produce the development for. the product that you're sharing. I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yes, yes, yes. Coach, you just used the perfect example. Coach is new every morning. And you're
Yes.
like, there was something she left with us at the retreat, and she was like, "You people will not see my back." And she literally, I think when she said that, she just picked up her slippers and her shoes and started sprinting. It wasn't even a marathon anymore; it was a sprint.
Mm,
And for me,
mm,
those things are just staying, what keeps me focused, what keeps me staying on, just to keep growing. You cannot say, okay, oh, now at least, thank God I'm not, because I also had my struggles with my boys, having my son, having to go for open day and have my son's teacher tell me that my son told her that, I don't love him. He's because I'm constantly scolding him, shouting at him, yelling at him, and all of that. So, and thankfully, because of knowledge and everything that we have learned and we're still learning, we've been able
mm,
to take care of, that part. The yelling part has reduced. Definitely every once in a while, almost but still comes. But but I can't say I will stop learning. I can't say,
mm.
because as we're moving, every day something new is coming up. Okay, they're
Absolutely.
becoming teenagers, and it's a whole new world entirely. So there are
Whole new
challenges I'm
world.
still facing. And this is what the people that I serve, my clients, are waiting for. This is what
Mm,
now I don't even have. It's teenagers. It's teenagers. I keep getting calls from. I keep getting my
yeah.
clients now, mainly those whose sons, 15-year-olds, 16-year-olds, 14-year-olds, struggling with the misbehavior or struggling with
Mm,
drug problem. There's something. So I have to keep learning. I have to keep putting into practice what it is I'm learning, so that I can serve these people and serve them well. So it's not just about the theory of it. It is my lived experience. It is me saying, okay, I tried this, it didn't work. I'm trying this now, it's working. And then, and while we all have different situations, our situations are different, our circumstances are different, but the principles largely are the same. So
yeah.
once I'm growing, honestly, it just follows that the product itself will grow. Once the person is growing, once the brand is growing, the product will grow, because you can't keep talking about, like, in the next 2 years, I can't be still be holding, now I have a son. It doesn't mean whatever is in this book has become irrelevant. No, but there's new knowledge. And what it is, there's something about knowledge. When you keep it inside of you, it somehow causes, I don't even know, for lack of a better word, like a constipation of some sort. You're not doing, it's just lying dormant in you. And so I don't think that's what God gives us knowledge for us to just keep
Yeah.
it dormant. So it's necessary for you to, use this knowledge to help others. And so it's like a snowball effect. It just keeps going on. You grow, your clients grow, they get results. You're putting out those products that are helping them. And
Yeah.
when you get there, it's just that this Maslow's whatever, that place of actualization, that's where we're getting to. Until we're
Yeah.
there, we just keep trying. And yeah, so basically that's it, Coach B. I don't know if I answered correctly, but yeah, that's just what came to mind concerning that.
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, I like your train of thought, especially where you talked about, and it's okay to just keep growing as you go. And this is what holds a lot of women down. They say, women don't want to be visible. They don't want to come out. They say, oh, maybe people will call me a fraud. Maybe people will say, oh, because once you're out there, it's not like they're almost judging you. Say, okay, it's not you that's what I love about Coach Wendy. She's able to
Yeah.
be real and be able to be human and tell you that, listen, if you say because I'm parenting Coach, you expect my child to be perfect, when you are joking, my child is a child is a child. A child will be a child. Do you see? And they will make mistakes sometimes, they'll pick up themselves again sometimes. My own job is to continue to guide them. This is not where I'm going to say, hey God, because I'm a coach, my child cannot make mistakes. Oh, I'm finished. Oh, people, and if people want to say, oh, look at her, a whole coach's chat, they'll be all right too. Do you understand? So your own job is to make sure that you don't put that unnecessary pressure on yourself. And this is part of why people don't come outside. They don't come out, they don't want to be visible, they don't want to, show up in their whole glory because they feel that the world will start to judge them. And I say this to say that number one, we are the world. So if we decide today not to judge somebody else based on what they think, what we think their message is, the world will become better. And then if we also decide ourselves that
Yeah.
as we come out, we refuse to listen to judging
Yeah.
and we just focus on what our message
Yeah.
is and just keep going, then we'll be able to
So
share
what
the
our
message. The
message
world
is.
will
Yeah.
actually become better. So it's a two-way street, right? It's
Yeah.
one thing to say, okay, I'm coming out
Yeah.
now, please judge me. It's another thing to realize, look at the other woman that is coming out and do not judge her, right?
Yeah.
So we cannot be
So
judged, we
true.
cannot be judging her.
Yeah. Judge.
Judging.
Judge
You know,
the judge, the
I
judge
love
and the judgy. And the judge
I
and
love
the
that thing in legal terms. The judge and the judge. I love that thing. I'm always looking for a chance to
yeah.
say it. Oh my God,
To
it's so
say it.
sweet.
Yes.
So
Yes.
we
Yes.
can't be the
Yes.
judge or the
Agree.
judge. We can't. I mean, that's not a
Yeah.
real word, but you know what I mean.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Yes.
this
So
is
true.
and this is why. So as we encourage women to cultivate their brand, so encourage women to
Yeah.
cultivate their personal brand, and show up, show out, and build themselves. And this is part of the whole mantra of the Amplify You um, movement. It's about women saying,
Program. Yeah.
yeah, come out, right? Come out, share with us what you've got. Everybody has their story. I mean, you
Yeah.
have just shared a small
Yeah.
snippet of your story. And how the day you shared that story with me, I was like, you have to write a book. Hello, are you joking? And here we are, we have the book, right? Because everybody has a story. When somebody was telling me that, they said, Brenda, you're always talking about writing book. Must we all write a book? I say, yes. Everybody should write one book. If all of us write one book, it's okay. Do you know books are not enough? Do you know the books in the world are not enough? And they may
No,
soon
they are
start
not.
getting
No, they
extinct
are
with
not.
these children of ours that are
Yeah.
coming, that are glued to their phones and everything.
So true.
We need
So
more
true.
books.
So
We
true.
need more
Yeah.
books. So, in fact,
We
I'm
need more
especially
books. Yeah.
excited when I hear somebody say she wants to write a children's book. The way I give you support, like, let's go, because we
Yeah.
need children's books.
Let's go.
In, I the way I jumped on your case when you say you want to write a book. Imagine if you had told me it was a children's book,
Yeah.
you won't believe the way I'll follow you up. Like it is such a
Yeah.
personal thing for me. I would like let's go- as I spent 1 hour
Yeah.
on the call with one lady the other day when she just told me to write children's book. By the time I broke it down for her, next
Yeah.
time I saw her, she's like,
Yeah.
Brenda, thank you. That call was so good. I've gone far. I said, come on now. So even though that's my own contribution to the world of books for our children,
Yeah.
I've given my part.
Of books.
Just
Yeah.
because we
Yes.
need more.
Yeah.
We need more. We
Yes.
need more.
Yes.
So
Yes. We
if
do. We do. We honestly do.
so how do people now learn to, you know, separate themselves from their product? And a lot of people like, okay, so I have especially people in the older generation, I'd say, they believe that personal branding is a vanity fair, right? They believe that it's
Mhm.
just people who just want to just, show up and make everybody should be hailing them. So I mean, or somebody that I
Mm.
know that I respect a lot always, remarks when I used to tell him about personal branding, say, you really need to do this. He says, no, 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 no. You want me to be going about with the camera following me everywhere I go? No, 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 I'm not going to do that. And I start to laugh because I said to him that is not personal branding. All of this camera following you about is part of it, but it is not personal branding.
No.
Just
Yeah. But
so
that's not all there is to it.
the personal branding is in the curating of your story in a particular way, in showing people what you want them to see about you. So that camera thing is part of it because you're showing people the part of your world you want them to show. But
Yeah.
if you're a person, you're a
Yeah.
private person and you don't want to be out there with your face in the camera, you can actually curate what you want us to see. You can curate this thing by your write-ups, by your videos, by your audios, by your products, right? It is just a case of curating it in a way that if somebody searches for you, they can find these things and then they can immediately make up an opinion about who you are. Do you see?
Yeah.
So that's really what it's about. And so, how do we now encourage women to say, okay, this is not a vanity fair? Because I hear women say, oh, I don't want to do makeup. I don't have energy for makeup. I don't have energy to be looking for clothes. I don't have energy to be looking for all this
So,
photographer, camera, branding, editing. It's too much money. I don't have. Start where you are.
yeah. So
Put on your
Coach B, I
YouTube. See
think
me
it's
now.
just
Mhm. I opened up YouTube and I'm here.
Uh,
I just opened up a Zoom call and we are
yeah,
here.
yeah,
We're live on
yeah,
YouTube. We're not setting up a
yeah,
whole podcast set with all the camera, and those things
yeah,
are
yeah.
nice.
With the whole
Don't get me wrong.
studio and all
They
of
are
that. They are
they are
beautiful, but
amazing.
no,
If you don't have it,
everything has
don't
its
let it stop
place
you.
and time. Yes,
If you don't
yes,
have that, don't let
yes,
it stop you. Go on with your
yes,
message
Coach B.
in whatever
Yes,
format
Coach
that you
B.
can.
It's true, true. So Coach B, somehow you've actually answered it, but for me, it goes back to the first thing I said about being authentic, and while a lot of times we have people who actually, content creators who that is what they are paid, that is their aim is actually to curate that particular content they want
Mhm.
you to see. So they are
Yes,
the ones that go for a lot of, everything has to be perfect. Everything is scripted to the T. There's a
yes.
part, but that's their own brand. That's their own message. That is what they want to put out. But you
Hmm.
have a burning message inside of you. You have something that God has put inside of you. The most important thing is, sis, can you just stand up and put it out there? However,
Hmm.
I look at my videos from, way back when, and I'm like, okay, with all of the filler words, with all of everything, but I still kept moving. I didn't have, it took a while before I had like a tripod stand, and it was a very tiny one, and it was okay. I just made sure the bulbs in my room were okay. They were the bright, very, I don't know the amps they call it, the number of, I know there are different strengths and capacities. I just made sure I
Yeah.
went for the higher one, so at least it's not like my study is constantly looking very dim. So
Yes.
it's this perfection, this narrative of perfection we want to put out. I think that's what
Mm.
holds us back a lot. Like, I'm
Mhm.
saying this because of the things I have gone through. The things I have gone through this year have opened my eyes to why it is that honestly you cannot separate your brand from your products and whatever it is you're putting out there, because in the
Mm.
end somebody you even get figured out somehow. So can you just come as authentically as you can? Because I was just thinking of the process of putting together a conference this year, and I was like, I mean, where do you want to start from? Everybody who knew me knows I'm mad. It's not I was like, you have to be crazy for you to have to be thinking of something. Do you know how much a conference is going to cost in a place
Yeah.
where education, like nobody even really does these things? Coaches, I can count number of coaches there are in northern Nigeria. They are very few. So who's going to
Mm.
pay attention to you? Who is going to? And then I said, no, I'm going to drag. I started with government. I was going to drag government, and at some point, government refused to be dragged. Like, okay, I was like, okay, I'm now you your head, you're in this. Just do it anyhow, somehow. And honestly, I can't even, I think I'll put out that story someday, because the
Yes.
time is
Yes.
actually going, but because it wasn't funny, but that message had to go out. Until tomorrow, I keep getting messages from people. This was healing for me as a
Mm.
man. I'm not even talking about my sons yet. For me, being in
Mm.
that room that day, I felt seen, I felt heard, I felt like people, like someone understands the pain that men are going through. So it's
Mm.
just about, I'm just done with people sitting down and crying about, the issues surrounding, oh, men are these, men are that, men did this, they did that. And I'm like, can we sit down and actually look past that and say, what can
What
I
can we
do
do
to
about
make
it?
it different for the next generation? Even if I
Mm.
haven't given up on this generation, honestly, especially being in circles where I have seen people, change from those who don't even, God of
Yes, they can
mercy,
change.
literally. Yes, change is a thing, and change is possible, and you just keep doing your part. And this is,
Mm-hmm.
I'm being very authentic here. I remember when my kids started doing, mentorship and all of that with Coach Ebuka, and we had to be hiding to do it because daddy must not hear. Do you understand? Like, who is that man
Mm.
that you think is better than me as a father? In the north, those things don't fly at all. And so,
Mm.
and so, yeah, taking my children, I'm going to, now they're even Christian influencers. Do you
Hey.
understand? So it was what I knew what it was that I was gunning for. I knew, and you know how coach would teach us, if you are still fighting, it's a very foolish thing to do. So
Mm.
gradually, the thing was the result. I knew all you needed to see was the result. And just for the
Yeah.
conference too, I was like, I mean, the fact that you even have, there's no, because in the north here is like, okay, either you have family name or you have one stinking, like the amount of money you have.
Do you
That's what will
understand?
call the attention of
What
everyone.
were you
Okay, you
bringing
don't
to the
have those. What do
table?
you now have? I was like, that is why, yeah. Um, that's why you have to work like triple,
Extra
double,
hard.
and just make this
Mm.
thing a success. And if nothing at all, the people that came and were like, so someone is saying this about, like, this is, you literally took the words out of my mouth. And I was like, yes, we need to start to have these conversations. And I would go to the school where that hosted me, that hosted the university, and I could count like number of staff that before I leave there, they won't let me go. We're having conversations over and over again
Mm.
about, the boy child. They give me instances, my cousin, my uncle, it's like in every family, there is one
There's
person,
one.
one man, there is one, or all some stuff is all the men, that are just
Mm.
giving them cause for worry. And I'm like, yes, can we stop hiding? Can we stop suffering and smiling? Because that's one
Yeah.
thing we do a lot here. We just keep like hushed conversation. Nobody should talk about this. Let's act like everything is okay, because there's still this
Right.
perfect narrative we want to put out there, like, everybody's doing fine. After all, we're serving God. So we're serving God doesn't mean that we will not face challenges. But God will not come and
Mhm.
solve a challenge that He has given you. The resources,
Wisdom.
everything. So
Mm.
are you ready to seek knowledge, or you just want to keep, drowning and then smiling on the outside? So it was literally like, me just giving people permission to be able to have these conversations and say, okay, I really should sit down, and up to yesterday I was dealing with a case of a boy, SS1, who is into
Mm.
gambling, and he's using his father's money. And there's
Oh
just, and
dear.
he now even got his friends to go and get their own father's money. Like,
Oh.
it's a mess. It's a mess. So people are gradually having, instead of just acting like, it doesn't exist. And so that's what is done a lot of times here. And we just, okay,
Mm.
oh, we're just dealing with it within us. And till we can't deal with it anymore. So, but because
Mm.
there's a lot of awareness now, people are like, okay, I need help. I really do need help. So basically, I feel like that is something in and of itself. Just the fact that people have been given permission to speak, and let us
Yeah.
see how we can start to solve these problems. So do not wait till everything is perfect. For me, my message on that conference day was, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. Because number one, the books that
Mm.
were meant to be launched were not there.
Man,
Everything was just, there was
hey,
just so much.
God.
But people
It
came.
was,
The
yeah, I
boys
remember.
came. They were
Mm.
like, when did we ever have a room that was filled with just boys? And
Mm.
so I still see some of them, and they're like, Coach Amina. I'm like, yes, don't worry. You guys will grow up to be leaders. You will grow, because what I see and what I believe for the boy child, honestly,
Mm.
it literally keeps me up at night. These are people who God has given that mantle of leadership. Take it
Yeah.
is for you. Yes, we, the society, everything around us does a disservice to them. And like, no, you're going to be fine all by yourself. After all, you're a man. As if when they sleep and
Mm.
wake up, automatically they will have, the all of the skills and tools
The
and
sense
everything
and
they need
skills
to
they
take on
need.
this mantle of
Mm.
leadership. Then they
Mm.
are not showing up like they should. They are not showing up as expected. And the same society is coming and shouting and screaming, hey, men has come,
Mm.
men has come, and I'm like, how is it? Are we not scared? Is it
Have we
witchcraft?
given them
How
the
is it that we're not
tools?
taking responsibility? We just want to keep,
Mm.
throwing blame left, right, and center. And for me, I just feel like we need to do it differently. And it's the reason I'm like, see, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be done. That's my mantra. Honestly, if I knew, even this call was not supposed to happen,
Mm.
because if I knew that network would
Yes.
finish me like that, I'm like, okay, no, Coach B, please, I cannot come
Another
up. But
day.
I just said yes, I can maybe till they
Mm.
fix our math, or they do something, or something. But I'm here,
Mm.
and even if you can't see me, you can hear those words, and those words should drive you. That whatever it is God has called you to do, because God has definitely called all of us to do something, but we're still there,
Mm.
thinking about sleeping on our problems, massaging our
Mm.
problems, and it doesn't mean those that are standing up and having a voice don't have problems. Like if Coach B starts to tell
Mm.
you the challenges you know, she's being faced with on a daily. We are the
Mm.
ones that will come and be doing, Coach B, I need to come and pay you a visit, I need to come and, take you for a treat or something. But we can't
Yeah.
sit down and not do anything. Because when we shine our light, we give others permission to shine theirs. We just make the world a better place. We let us be the change that we really want to see. So can we get up,
Yeah.
please, and stop wanting, all of those effigy that comes with, branding, and it has to be a certain color. They come with color scheme again. What does this color represent? What does that color represent? And while that
I
is
know, right?
beautiful, for now, just focus on your message. What is your message? Who are you called to serve? And what is their pain point? And how can you serve them? In what
Mm,
mode can you do it? Do you want to use courses? Do you want to use a WhatsApp group? As tiny as what's unofficial as a WhatsApp group sounds, as a
mm,
WhatsApp class sounds, it's something.
yes.
And
It's
people will feel
delivering
heard, they
something.
will feel
Hmm.
seen. Yes, it's delivering something. Someone is able to speak up and say, okay, my son has been struggling. I don't even understand. Is it hormones? He's just getting talking back at me and all of that. And then so you
Mm,
can just say something, if nothing at all, make the person feel better and like, okay, no, I'm going to continue to look for solutions to this problem. So we can't
yeah,
just no, Coach B, whatever it is, just stand up and talk about it. Just stand up and do something with it. Because when you think of
I
those that are
agree.
in worse situations, I think for me, that's what just drives me again. When I'm okay, I'm like, oh no,
Mm,
I haven't got it figured out. I haven't got it perfect yet. Sometimes maybe my sons are still doing this. And then I hear stories about boys who literally have been
you
left like, I'm like,
you thank
okay,
God,
okay.
though. Hmm.
Okay, Amina, it's time to you can't keep quiet now. Just stand up and
Mm,
keep doing the work. Yes, yes, coach. So, like I said, I don't know if I've answered that question, but yeah, that
you
honestly is
have,
just what comes
you
to
have,
mind. Yes,
and
ma'am.
and
Yes, ma'am.
I really love what you said. When you said about the fact that what is important about branding is not just the colors, it's not just your all of the outermost things. Because to
The
be honest,
packaging
there,
and
there are
yeah,
different aspects of branding, and the most important one
yeah,
is your messaging, is to
yes,
clarify your
yes.
message, clarify who it is
Clarify
for,
your message.
and clarify how you will
Yes,
serve them. So, what are you
yes,
teaching? Who are you teaching? And
yes,
how are you delivering it? So, once you have this,
yeah,
you can build a whole full brand on that, because every time that you open your mouth to speak, be it in a live Instagram live, or you are writing a post, or you are doing a video, or you are being called to speak somewhere, you're
yeah,
communicating the message. You're communicating
yeah,
to your audience, and you are
yeah,
telling us how. So in each time, your audience can relate with you, right? Your each time and every time you open your mouth to speak, your audience can relate. Your audience can say, "Aha, this is the person for me," because they know exactly the words you're using is. You're not all over the place. You are able to, your message is clear, your message is hitting the desired notes in the hearts of the people who it is for. Because if you do not determine whom your message is for, you end up speaking to everybody. And like my mom says, you're not jollof rice. Everybody cannot like you. In fact, as amazing as jollof rice is, not everybody likes it. Do you see? So you cannot be for everybody.
yes. Okay.
And the first thing you need to do is
No,
to
no, you
realize that
can.
you can be for everybody. So who are you for?
Yes, yes, okay.
Who have you
Yes,
been
okay.
called to?
Yes, yes, okay.
And it is in your message and the
So,
delivery of your
yes,
message that you
okay.
find who you are called to. But you have to be clear who you are talking to,
Yeah,
so that your
yeah,
message is not landing
yeah.
everywhere. Because if it lands everywhere, it will not gather. But
True.
if it lands on the right hearts of
Yeah,
the ones whom it is meant, they will follow. They will stay close, and then
yeah,
they will
yeah.
interact with
So
you.
true, Coach B.
And
It just,
that's really,
yes, Coach B.
Mhm. That's really what it's about. That's really what it is to take yourself as the brand. And some people even say take yourself as the product, you know. So it's not just what you're selling, the product is you. Ehen. So it's like every time that Pepsi became so popular when their CEO was a female, because she had a very strong
Yeah,
personal brand and she was everywhere. She was talking, and it's such a
brand.
such a
Yeah,
beautiful thing to see a
everywhere.
woman in a power role like that,
Yeah, yeah,
leading a
yeah, yeah,
multinational
yeah.
across. Yeah, it's just beautiful. And the woman hon
True.
the woman
True.
licked that stage, man. I love her. She
No, and
licked
it's a
that.
beautiful thing, Coach B,
Yes,
honestly.
yes,
It's usually
yes.
very beautiful when it happens. There's this
Mm,
lady, I don't know if she's a poet. I don't know if you follow her on Instagram. She's a northerner. I think like our foremost northern poet now. She's called Alan Islam. And,
mhm,
it's just how I've watched her grow. And now there's just a whole lot of everything that comes with her journey because I think she was appointed the UN ambassador for, I think, peace
Mm.
lately. And she's
Oh
been
wow.
doing a lot of travels. She travels here, there. She's in the UK. She's everywhere. And
Mm.
but and it's just beautiful to see that it was this same, and wherever it goes, it's that same performance, it's that same poetry, it's
Yeah.
her planting the seed of hope in us and saying, see, let us be proud of Nigeria. Let us walk towards seeing,
Mm.
whatever in our own little way, let us see a Nigeria that we want tomorrow. Let us contribute to the Nigeria we want to see tomorrow. And it's the same message over and over and over. But I've seen
Yeah.
how then she wasn't even thinking about all of the branding, and now she's going about with escorts, with obviously a professional videographer and all of that. And it's so beautiful. So it will come. It
Mm.
will come. When you get there, it will come. But can you just
Absolutely.
stand up and move? Because nobody will hear you while you're sitting in your home crying
No.
that there's no light. Or when you're sitting in your home and saying, this is not happening and that's not happening. Nobody can even see you. Nobody can even hear you. But can you just
Mm.
stand up and move? And I think it comes from a place of, I don't want to call it ingratitude, but I think we're not realizing what we've been blessed with. So we think the blessings only come in particular things, like, okay, now I can afford to have like a like an assistant, like someone that's doing my slides and working on my slides. I have this, I have
Mm.
that, I have a
Mm.
media team, I have all of those beautiful things. But
Yeah.
we're downplaying the experiences we've had. We're downplaying, like, I did Islamic psychology about almost 10 years ago. I didn't
Mm.
even know I was ever going to use it. I didn't even know. And now I'm seeing that because here we're very conservative in the north. So
Mm.
so it's difficult for northerners to learn from non from people of other faith. It's
Yeah.
it's a struggle. It's a struggle. A lot of them, it's like they prefer, and yes, I get it, but the fact that I did Islamic psychology, what did we do in Islamic psychology? We literally took Orthodox psychology and passed it through, you know, our Quran,
Beauty.
our Sunnah, the sayings of the
Mm.
Prophet, his life, and what is written in the Quran and everything. And we're able to say, okay, oh no, we can't take this because it's like it's hypnosis and all of that. We don't believe in all of that. It's like you're going into another realm. No, we're able to take this because even the prophet said this and it is much linked to this. So I went through that process. And now that I see that these people need help, yet what is standing between them and the help they need is the fact that they do not understand. Okay, if someone is there is reciting Bible verses, I don't have a problem with it. I will collect it. I will
Abi?
go and I will see what my Quran is saying about it. I will filter. And
Mm.
the funny thing is that these principles, a lot of them are the same. So why? So what
They're
I'm doing is I
universal.
am
Mm.
repackaging it. So that same message with a twist, I am now putting it, the Quran and Sunnah that supports that message, and I'm giving it
Mm.
back to them. So can you see how something I didn't even know I was going to use, an experience I
Mm.
didn't even know was, even the Islamic psychology didn't really make sense to me till we got
At the
into,
time.
inner
Mm.
circle, and coach is talking about, trust and mistrust, the Erickson and all of those developmental stages. And I was like, oh, more, they taught me this thing in class. I was just looking, I couldn't even relate. Now it is being brought to life. It has been brought to life and all and everything. So when we start, it's because we downplay our experiences. There was something God knew that, I'm
You
going to meet
needed
people who
in
are
the
going to
future.
struggle, and I do not
Mm.
want them to now perish because of the knowledge that they don't have. So now, is there a way you
Mm.
can package this knowledge in a way that will be acceptable to them? And literally, that's
Mm.
what I'm doing. My one-on-one clients, basically, that's what we do. We take them through that process. It's the same framework, but you're
Yeah.
telling them, you're reminding them of what God says concerning this.
Yeah. That sounds really beautiful. This network, you were holding on, no, then you now had to go. But really, 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 that sounds very beautiful. Thank you so much, Amina, for everything that you have shared today. If you're able to come back, it will be awesome. But until she comes back, I just want to just, wrap up the conversation. Okay, she's here. I was saying, Amina, that was really very beautiful what you shared. And I like the fact that,
Yeah,
they've taken Orthodox teaching and run it through,
yeah,
the Islamic curriculum, so to speak, and brought out a whole
Yeah,
new
yeah,
curriculum that they're able to
yeah,
teach.
it's
So that means we can do the same with everything else, right? You can take any
everything
other
else.
part of
Yeah,
human knowledge,
yeah,
and run it through the Quran and create a whole new curriculum that will be acceptable
curriculum.
to this
Yeah,
set of to this set
so
of
that's
people who have a
true.
struggle listening to others who are just teaching,
Yeah, yeah,
generic stuff. So I mean,
yeah,
and that again is a whole, it's a whole plethora of things, and you can see how just that teaching in school, how that thing that you
yeah,
studied that you thought was just maybe they just gave me
yeah,
course because
yeah.
there was no course left. You see how
I
that
was
has
just
become
I was just sitting down. This mother of I did not know what to do in my time. I'm like, okay, let me just do this. Oh, it should be 2 years. Okay, let's do it. We'll get a diploma and we move. I didn't pay attention to it. I didn't know
discharge
that this
you
was what I was going to
because
need it. Yes,
But
yes,
see how useful it is. See
yes,
how it's opening, a whole new set of doors for you
yes,
for a whole new set of people, right? And so
yes,
you're going to be able to, serve this whole set of people who would
yes,
ordinarily not be served by the
yeah,
regular everyday contemporary teachings.
yes,
And
yes,
so
Coach B.
that again is how we get branded. That again is how we set. It's a positioning. If you forget
Yes,
anything else I said today, hear
yes,
me loud and clear. The branding is
yes.
positioning. Branding is
Positioning.
not
Yeah,
visibility is not vanity. Instead, it is
yeah,
service. It is
yes,
service. It is you opening up yourself to help others with the knowledge that you have found, knowledge you have gained.
yes.
I mean, someday some people reach out to me and say, "Oh, I was sent to you." Like sometimes they go as far as
Hmm.
saying the Holy Spirit said I should come and meet you. And I'm like,
Okay.
Amen.
Yeah, yeah. And
Me.
there's something.
I'm like,
Yes, there's
okay.
something behind
I'm
that.
like, okay.
Okay.
And then we get to
Yeah.
talk, and I realize exactly why they were sent to me because I had been through what they're actually currently going through.
Yeah. Going
Once they
through.
tell
Yes,
their
Coach
story, I
B.
just start to
That's
smile and
it.
I'm like, that's why
That's
you are
it.
here, you know?
Yes.
And so if I wasn't out there talking about these things, how would they be able to reach me?
Yeah, how will they
Again,
get help?
how would they get help? So again, the
How will they get
visibility is the
help?
service. It's not just me being vain. It's not just me saying, "Ah, I like the sound of my voice or I like the
Yeah,
color of my face. So I want to be on the
yeah,
screen every time." No.
yeah.
Over
No,
the weekend, I
no.
had I had I had this session with the young girls in the International Girls Summit. It
Yes,
was
yes. It was
on
beautiful, Coach B. Well done. Well
thank
done.
you. On he there
Yes,
who
no.
sees clear, who dreams boldly, sees clearly, and then what was the last part? I can't remember. But it was that dreams boldly that I spent a lot of time on with the girls,
Talking
and
about, yeah.
it works. It works even the same for women. There are many women who don't want to do many things. They just give themselves excuses, excuses, excuses.
Yes, yeah,
It's
yeah.
I mean, just before I joined this live, a friend was messaging me to say, Brenda, at our next WGA conference, we must have a conversation with women about why they don't want to develop themselves. Why? When they have
Okay.
development on a platter, they start to give excuses. Oh, my mother, my daughter,
Excuses,
my
Coach
sister, my
B.
husband, my
Yeah,
children, my
yeah,
work, my there's
yeah,
just
yeah,
all kinds of excuses. And
yeah.
and she was like, if me that is the mentor has created time to meet with you, you that is supposed to receive, how are you not
What's
able to?
happening? Yes. Why can't you just? I think it comes from a place of self-worth. I think it comes from a place of not even thinking they are worthy of. It's something that is in the subconscious. It really is in the subconscious, but because
Mm,
it takes a lot of work on yourself. You damning that voice that is saying, "Oh, you don't. This your makeup self. You can't even do it. All this year, see your mates, their makeup is pink, is on
your
point.
makeup
This
is
your
makeup.
background self now. Wow." As in, so it takes a lot of work. It takes you working on your insecurities. It takes you working, and we just get scared. And then we're wondering, okay, what would this person say? What would that person say? And we're
Mm,
bogged down by so much of it. Sometimes we don't
mm,
even realize, we don't even understand. Yes. And so the sad thing is that a lot of times we wait till there's a problem. Wait till there's a problem, then we start running up and down looking for solutions, looking for okay, urgent
right.
2K and all of that. But this is something that you could have been building all by yourself.
Yeah.
And we think, and that's another thing we feel. We feel it happens overnight. We feel it will
Mm,
just we just want something really fast. But no,
quick
it
fix.
will take a while for these people to trust you, to to be able to, then even when they know you, you just keep putting it out there, putting it out there,
Mm,
putting your results out there, putting your testimony. The little one you have, just make it like you have to shout it from the rooftop as if, it's
absolutely.
bigger than actually what it is. Because yes, that is
Absolutely.
the dream you have. That's what you're seeing, and that is what you're working towards. And this is different from faking it to make it. No, you're just grateful for the little steps you're making. Like we celebrate every win, no matter how small.
Brilliant.
And you're giving
Yes.
yourself the ginger. You're applauding yourself even when no one is applauding you. And gradually,
Mm.
people will be like, okay, what's even wrong with this woman self? She's always in our faces. Let's even hear what
Let's
she's
hear what she has
saying.
to say.
Let's even hear
Yes.
what she has to say every time, every Tuesday. Good brother is always so. Let's even hear what she has to say. And you
Mm,
just hear something that will you can relate to, that might just be a solution to something you've been struggling with. So can we
mm.
stop? I don't know. Can we stop just playing as if we have two lives? Can we stop acting like, when we finish this life, another life will be handed over to us, and really just be serious with our lives? Because for me, a strong why that I have is my kids. So because I
Yeah,
know that there are some things if I don't solve, I'm just leaving it for them to come and have to battle with, and who knows that they will
exactly.
even be able to handle it? Who knows that they will even have the support system I have now? So why can't I just make the most of it? And sorry,
And deal with what you need to deal with so that you
what
give
I
them a
need to deal
soft
with.
landing and they
It's
can
soft
take off from there.
landing because they will have their own. I promise you. God didn't say, okay, no challenges end once you've given birth, and the children will be fine and they will till thy kingdom come, they will be okay.
No.
So I know
Mm-mm.
their own challenges are coming. So can I at least help them with the ones that I can help them with now? And
True.
in that process, they are also seeing me face these challenges and overcome them. And so it's an all-round process. Can we stop just playing? And it's not play. It's actually not play, but it's
It's
just
it's a
us
whole
waking up.
combination of many things. When we
Many
are
things, yes,
afraid,
yes,
we're
yes,
and I really, really am enjoying this conversation today. I mean, I honestly, I like the way the direction that we have gone. And which is why I like to
yes,
keep
ma.
these things unscripted, right?
Yes, ma.
Because
Very unscripted.
I do believe that, one
Yeah,
thing leads to another, and then we are
yes,
always blessed at the
ma'am.
end of the day by the conversations. Because today
Yes,
we
ma'am.
started out talking about branding. We started out by saying, okay, why are you important as the brand and not just your product? We went on to
Yeah,
talk about how visibility is important, its service is not vanity, and how you needed to just what was important about branding is not the vanity metrics.
No,
It's more
no.
about what is the message, who are you
Yeah.
serving, and how are you
Who are you
serving them.
serving? Yes.
Once you've nailed that and people start to see you and know you for that, then you start to become top of mind because branding is basically about positioning
Yeah,
how you want people to see you and all of that.
yeah,
So I mean I like all the conversations we've had around, different things and how, you know, even up to delving into the whole Islamic
yeah.
psychology thing, and I
Yes,
really have a
ma'am.
lot of ideas for you after this call, to be honest,
Okay,
that I
okay,
was
Coach
thinking as
B.
you were speaking. So I think
Yes, ma'am.
it's really been, and you know how these conversations go, everybody will pick for them what it is that they have heard. Do you see? So as much as we have shared, we've had a conversation, we've chatted, we've bantered, we've laughed and made jokes, somebody watching will pick what is important to them. There's somebody for whom you share that part of that story. There's somebody either watching now or will watch later that part of that story is for the person. There's somebody for whom we share the story about, all of the other things that we have shared today. And I just want to thank you for coming out and staying through even when the network was networking and it looked as if, it was just so frustrating. You would throw you out 1 minute and you're back the next minute. But we stayed the course. And that is really what we are. That's who we are. We don't shy away from troubles. We're not perfect. We don't wait to be perfect before we show up. We're here, we showed up today. I don't have the fancy cameras and the fancy podcast sets, but we're here with our message. And even when we are here, it wasn't still perfect. Network was networking. It's threw you out how many times, but we're still here. We're still giving the message. So I just wanted to share with everybody and encourage everybody who thinks that, you can't brand or you can't be visible if you don't have it all perfect. That today was a perfect example for you to see how we do it when it's not perfect, how we iterate in the public. how we release the first minimum viable product and we continue to make it better as it goes. If you forget anything else I've said today, remember the iPhone example. I know that you can start where you are. You can start with what you
Mm.
have because you are not
Yeah,
limited by what you don't have, but by what you have
yeah,
that you don't
yeah.
use. And that
But
was
you
a
don't
quote by
use.
John.
So good. Yes.
So
Yeah.
I want to just thank you for coming out tonight. Put on your camera small. Let's see your fine
Thank
face in
you.
case people are just joining now. I want them to see your red that you came to
Coach
use to
V, will
prepare us
network
today.
allow this camera come on?
Put it on. Let us see the red.
Please, my network, God, I beg.
You do
Yeah,
not see the way
yes.
Amina
Thank
came
you,
out
Coach
today.
V. It's
If you
always,
see the
always a
red,
pleasure.
if you see the way Amina came out for us
Maybe it
today,
was the red that told the MT and said, I beg, we don't want this one because what is happening here?
look at Amina now. That's the Amina that's been talking to you since. Sweet
Yeah,
voice matches sweet face. Are we joking here? Oh
Coach V.
my goodness.
Oh,
You've
Coach
taught me
V,
how to have
thank you.
sweet mouths now.
No, Coach May, it's not sweet mouth. I just say it as it is. I say what I see. I cannot be seen and not say. That's my problem. I'm just very open
Jeez,
like that. But yes, thank
jeez.
you. Thank you for constantly all of the things you do. Honestly, I can't thank you enough. I know every once in a while I just slide into your DM and do like small farms in, but honestly, it's just how I do not know how many lives you have. But I know that it will all come to it's already coming together because I don't see anything Coach B puts her hand in and it doesn't, pick up and bloom. And I know I have been following you, Tete, not be today. And to finally get here, this is what I'm saying. Hey, your brand though is your person. Just don't give up. I saw could be the first time was MBT. I can't forget 2020. I was like, hey God, who is this architect plus writer? I mean, what are you doing here? Like, how is it that you're here in the same space with this woman? And she just stood out. And I have been following you since then and to now just be in that same space with you when I'm not just following you, I am working with you. You've blessed me in so many ways. And for me, it's those chit chats we have in our DMs, and you're like, and like Coach B now, but for me, it's really humbling. I don't take it for granted at all. And I know that the day is coming when I can properly tell you thank you in the way that I really want to. Thank you, not just on behalf of myself, but on behalf of the so many ladies, so many women that you're literally waking up and saying, wake up, let's do this thing. I would drag you if I have to. You live your busy day. I know what Lagos traffic is like, you moving from one side to the other, and then you come every Tuesday still, and you're telling us that you're reminding us, you're teaching us something. Honestly, I don't know, you're just called for this, and may God continue to strengthen you. And WGA will continue to grow from strength to strength. I can't wait for next year's on because it was when you put out your conference, February, beginning of the year. We've not even started finished setting our goals. I was like, Coach B has done conference. Oh, when is that boys' day again? International Day of the Boy Child. Come, let's get moving. So I do not take for granted just being in your circle, being where I'm constantly inspired by you. So thank you, ma. Thank you for listening
Thank you
through
so
my
much.
episode.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I'm so happy to have you here today. And thank you for showing
thank
up
you.
and, weathering the storms,
Regardless,
literally, regardless, so
yeah,
regardless, weathering the storms,
yes, Coach
regardless, and,
B.
and all of that.
Yeah.
So thank you guys all for joining. This has come to you courtesy of the Women's Growth Academy. We are basically a community of women who just love God and want to grow, become better in all the different ways of our aspects of our lives. We hold each other's hands and we just carry ourselves together. We're dragging ourselves together towards the goal. And we come to you live every Tuesday on YouTube, here on YouTube, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. And when you don't see us, go and watch one of the replays. You will see us again. But seriously speaking, though, we're here every Tuesday. I want to
Every
even take permission.
Tuesday.
I want to take
Yeah.
permission for next week Tuesday because I've been
Yeah.
thinking around it how I want to do it. Is my father-in-law's burial? We're commencing my
Oh,
father-in-law's burial
oh
next week,
yes, yes, Coach B.
And Tuesday is the service of song. So it will be
Yeah,
happening smack in the time in which we have this program.
yes,
I will
Coach
not be
B. So,
available on Tuesday. I will find a way to either find somebody else to stand in. If I don't find somebody else, we'll do it on Wednesday. Something or the other will happen. But just
Coach
take it
B,
from me that this is my excuse.
take your
If you
take
don't
your
see me here,
flowers. Excuse
yes.
given, excuse granted. I'm not just saying it because I'm famsing. It's a legit reason. it's a legit reason, it's a cogent reason. So yes, we will be here waiting for you, Coach B, when you come back. On behalf of all of your fans that are constantly waiting for Tuesday Live, yes, see us here saying, well done, Coach B, for all you do. And yes, I wish you a safe trip too. And may God bless all that he has left behind. And may God grant him eternal rest. Yes, ma'am.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, everyone. Good night.
Good night, ma. Thank you. Thank you, Coach B.
Yeah.